Hello, my name is Andy and I am the village idiot, a man with a car and a GoPro and an unhealthy amount of time on my hands. Welcome back to the district of East Suffolk. Now, last time we were here, we looked at one of the Trimleys, and that was Trimley St Mary. Well, today we're looking at the other one, and this one has a village sign which is very distinctive. It's got a man on it, and as we walk around this place, we'll find out exactly who he is. This is the village and the parish of Trimley St Martin. So this is not something you see very often, is it? Two churches which are built side by side. That is the Church of St Martin, and right across the churchyard is the Church of St Mary. Okay, so unlike Trimley St Mary, Trimley St Martin is much smaller, but that doesn't mean there aren't any interesting things to catch here. There's plenty. And once again, it's another area that's very residential, but of course, we will find the interesting things. very similar to Trimley St Mary, there are plenty of footpaths which connect this housing estate together in places, but we're staying to Old Curtain Road because at the top of this road there's one particular footpath which I'm most interested in, and that's one that runs across a road, a very major road in fact, one which was very important in the 1970s, and that is the Trimley bypass. Okay, it's a little windy up here, but this is a bridge, a footbridge over the A14, which is the Trimley bypass, built in 1974 to make sure that lorries didn't come through the two villages of Trimley St Mary and Trimley St Martin from the port of Felixstowe. And there's a nice little spur of this which runs from here south towards the port, bypassing the two Trimleys and of course some of Felixstowe as well. So it's much easier now for HGVs to load up at the port and get on their way wherever they're going in the country. Excellent. And now we're heading back down into Trimley St Martin to walk around the rest of the village. So behind this hedge and very large netting, quite why it needs it, is a bowling green that I can't really get a decent view of because of the hedge. But this is the Sports and Social Club here in Trimley St Martin. There are a couple of things still to catch in the village, including a garden centre and then we're almost done with the main walk around. And then we need to hop into the car and head to something called Trimley Low Street, which is also within these parish boundaries. Just need the car for that because it's a little bit too far to walk. Okay, so an error on Google Maps then. There's meant to be a garden centre here on Cavendish Road, but it appears the site it gives me is actually just a house. So that's an error on Google Maps' part. I do apologise for that. And that leaves me then just with this footpath just in front of those bikes you can see in front of me. That takes me back to Old Curtain Road, and that is the circular walk of Trimley St Martin, which means you guys are now owed a picture bit, and here it comes. Right, I don't want to spend too long down here because, as you can see, this is a very narrow road, and where I've parked the car is actually, or so Nicky thinks, a passing place, so I don't really want to be taking that up, but there's nowhere else really to park the car because, as you can see, it's quite narrow, and the only other potential options would be driveways, which is obviously not legal. Now I'm heading down to a junction which there are two tracks, one leads left and one leads right. They're both part of the Trimley estate, and one of them is the track that led or leads to Grimston Hall. So I'm going to quickly go down there, take a couple of shots of that, and then walk back, hopefully. Okay, I think that's about the best as I'm going to do with this area. There are footpaths all over this part of the parish, but some of them are quite a long walk, and some run down the side of the River Orwell, which is over there. And with the weather the way it is, and my feet the way they are currently, after walking around both of the Trimleys, I think, if anything, this was probably the best idea, just to come down here, just to get a couple of shots and call it at that. And there we go, that's the parish of Trimley St Martin. Both the Trimleys are now complete, and that means that I can move on to my next village here in East Suffolk. And if you want to see that, stay tuned to the channel. It'll be coming your way in a few days' time. But for now, I've been Andy, and this has been the parish of Trimley St Martin. I've been the village idiot, and I am out.